Hello friends, we are all working from home. We are conducting online classes. We are conducting exam through online mode, and now we are in the stage of evaluating answer scripts on through online. Okay, so this video will explain you how to evaluate answer scripts through online. Here, what you see is the answer script uploaded by the students. Right, by reading into this answers, you need not have a separate paper and note down the mark for each questions. Instead of that, what you can do is you can create a rubrics for each questions and you can post your mark in that rubric itself. Okay, on your right hand side you can see this rubrics. So this I have created for my subject. Okay, by reading this question number 1, whatever mark will be deserving, that I can enter it here. Likewise, I can go question by question and I can enter the marks whatever that particular answer deserves. Okay, so by doing this, what is the advantages? uh, it is very easy to handle the answer scripts. No need to download the answer scripts uploaded by the students. No need to enter the marks manually by using a separate paper. Right, everything will be auto recorded and that will be sent back to the student when it is getting released. Okay, now let me tell you how to create this rubric sheet to evaluate the online answer scripts. Okay, right. Okay, now I tell you how to create rubrics in Google Classroom to evaluate the answer script uploaded by the students. Okay, as instructed by our internal coordinator, we are sending the question paper as assignment to the students. The reason why we are posting it as assignment is only then students will be getting the option to upload their answer paper. Okay, so to upload the question paper in assignment area, we go to classwork. In that we can see this create button. We click on the create button. We can get the variety of options. In that we are selecting the first one, assignment. Okay, after clicking on assignment, we can give the title as continuous internal assessment 1. If any instructions are to be given, that instructions can be given here. And by clicking on this add button, I can add the question paper to this particular assignment. So by using this file option, I can insert the question paper file and I can circulate it to students. On the right hand side of the screen, here you can see uh, for. For means for which subject you are going to create this assignment. When you click on this drop down, you get a list of Google Classrooms available on your ID. There you can select the subject in which you want to post this assignment, and then you have the option called all students. All students here, when this question paper is to be circulated to all the students in the class, then this option can be selected. If you want to distribute this set of question paper only to particular students in your classroom, then you can use the or you can select the students to whom you want to distribute that question paper. Okay, now the point is 100. We're conducting exam for 50 marks, so we have changed it to 50 marks. Then due date, this can be the date of examination as scheduled by the exam coordinator. Here you can mention the due date and the time. For example, if the exam starts by 10 o'clock and ends by 11:30, we can give the time as 11:45 or 12 o'clock depending on the instruction from the exam coordinator. Okay, topic we are not going to discuss here. Now we will be discussing how to create rubrics in uh, posting an assignment. Okay, right, we can see this plus symbol, right? So click on this plus rubric option. You get 3 options, right? That first one will be create rubric. For the first time, if you are using this rubric now, then we can use this create rubric. If you have already created rubric for some other subject, you need not repeat that activity here. Simply you can use this reuse rubric and you can continue. Okay, then import from sheets. If you have this rubric in Excel sheets or Google Sheets, then that can be imported using this option. Right, once you create this rubric, it can be used at any classrooms. You need not repeat this activity once again. Okay, now we do not have any rubrics as of now, so we are going with the create rubric option. So create rubric option will open you the worksheet. There you can specify the criteria. Criterion title here, it is I'm going to use it as question number 1. For question number 1, in criteria description, you can type the question whatever you have asked in the question paper. Okay, then how much mark is allotted to question number 1? It is 2 marks. So I can increase or decrease the points here by using this up arrow and down arrow. Right, if I have very clear rubrics, then I can add level. Right, adding level, you all know, right? When the answer paper contains these points, that will be awarded with 2 marks. When these points are available, that will be awarded with 1 mark. Likewise, I can insert any level till my satisfaction. Okay, so here I'm going to use only one criteria, I mean only one level. Okay, so I'm limiting with the first one. Right, now I'm going to add criteria to question number 2. Again, clicking on this add a create criterion, I can get another one. So I'm mentioning it as question number 2 and the question related to question number 2. The points are 2 points. Right, likewise in part A, if you have 5 2-mark questions to be attended or answered by the students, then you can add 5 criterions. Okay, right, let me show you that also. So 5 criterions. Right, so what happens, whenever you are adding any criteria and assigning points to each of the questions or criteria, that will be cumulated and will be displayed here. You see, so far I have created how many? Right. So far I have created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 criteria I have created. So 5 into 2, 10 marks, that is getting cumulated. Okay. Now I am going to use the sixth question. Sixth question is a essay type question. Right, you can put the question here. The point is 15 marks for a sixth question. And seventh question, if you are using 6A and 6B, you can directly mention it here. 6A separately, 6B separately. Okay. So as of now, it is 40 marks. So I'm adding one more marks for 10 points. Okay. Now we got the marks rounded to 50. Okay. So after this, whatever the level you want to add, that you can add it here. Right. Now we can save this option. Now rubrics is being created. You see, rubric 8 criteria are used, 50 points are allotted to this. Okay, now what I can do is when I click on this rubrics, right, I can get the complete structure of the rubrics. Right, for question number 1, 2 points allotted. Question number 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 points were allotted. Okay, then coming to essay type question, it is 15 points. Coming to the part C 8th question, it is 10 points. For example, I am having it like this. Okay, so out of 50, the exam will be conducted. Right, if you want to make any changes in this, then you can make it here by using this button. You can edit this particular option. Okay, now I tell you how this level is getting worked. Okay, so when I click on this add level, I can get another level where that particular level will be 1 mark. Okay, right, now coming to essay type question, 16th one. Okay, adding level in the sense the total mark is 50, 15. Out of 15, okay, if the answer given by the student is completely satisfactory for me, I can award 15 marks, or else I can give 10 marks or 10 marks or 12 marks, or again 10 marks, right? Again 7 marks, or whatever may be the level that I can add it here. Let us see how this is working. Okay, right, now I have saved that and posting the question paper to all the students. Now question paper will be posted to all the students. You can see CA1 here. Okay, once the students are submitting the answer paper after writing their examination, you can see it here. Number of people assigned, number of people turned in. For example, if your class have 30 students, then this assigned will be 30 till the first student submits his answer paper. Once the students are starting to submit the scanned paper, then this zero count will be getting increased simultaneously. On the other side, this count will be reduced. Okay, when you add these two, that will be giving you the total student strength in your class. Okay, so when all the students have submitted this scanned answer paper, this assigned will be 0 and turned in will be the student count in your subject. Okay, right, when you click on this count, that takes you to the place like this where you can see the answer papers uploaded by the students. Okay, now what you have to do is, for evaluating purpose, we have to select the first candidate. Okay, simply click on the first candidate where you can see the answer paper getting loaded onto your screen. Right, now what you can do is, so the student name is Pritika, she is from second MBA B section, subject is HRA, right? Part A, question number 1, key drivers. Okay, if these are the points what I am expecting in this question, then I can give 2 marks in this area. So in this area, as I told you, this 1, 2, 3, 4 denotes the question number. So I am completely satisfied with this point. I am giving 2 marks. Right, now I am moving on to the second question. Again, I am satisfied, I am giving 2 marks. Likewise, I can scroll down to each of the pages and I can read the answer here and I can post the marks related to that answer here. Okay, so if this way, if I am doing this now, most of my time will be getting saved. Right, I need not have a paper and pencil to write down the student name, register number and question numbers. Okay, so this will be a wonderful option available in your or in our Google Classroom. Okay, so after entering all the marks for all the questions, if you want to add any private comments here, like for example very good or good, or anything you want to comment on the answers, then you can put it in the private comment. Okay, if you like to post it immediately, then you can click on this post option immediately. If you don't want to post it as of now, whatever changes you are making here, that will be automatically updated to the drive. Okay, here you can see this drop down button. This drop down button will give you 2 options: return this submission, return multiple submissions. Return this submission means this paper's evaluation will be returned back. Student will be able to see how much marks he has scored for each of the questions and what is his total marks. Okay, you need not calculate anything. System automatically adds all the marks scored by the student and that gives you here. Okay, here I have given 2 options also: 6th A question and 6th B question, 7th A question and 7th B question. So I have created rubric in such a way, so my total is 74. So you need not get confused by seeing this 74. Okay, right, so this is a different grading. Right, now after evaluating this particular paper, you need not go back to the Google Classroom. From here itself you can select the next candidate's answer paper. You can use this left arrow and right arrow to move on to next question, again answer paper and previous answer paper. Okay, right, so when I click on this right arrow, that loads me the other students, that is next students answer script. I need not download anything. Simply by looking into the screen, I can enter the marks as per the rubric I have uploaded here. Okay, so I have included levels in the questions, right? So levels in the question is nothing but, you see, if I am completely satisfied with the answer given for question number 6A, then I can simply click on this option. 12 marks will be applied. If I am not satisfied, if I am partly satisfied, then I can click on 6. So this choosing option will be available when you are going with different levels. Okay, right, this way I can save much of my time in preparing marks and uploading to students. Okay, right, now I tell you how to download the marks which we have to submit to exam coordinator. Okay, now after releasing all this evaluated answer paper, you can see the marks scored by the students on the left hand side. So these are the name of the students who have attended the test, and on the right side you can see the marks scored by those students. Right, all these things we can download in Excel format. Right, so to download the mark statement, we can go to this settings button. Okay, we can click on this settings button. There you can see 3 options: copy all grades to Google Sheet, download all grade as CSV, download these grades as CSV. Right, now we are going with the third option, download these grades as CSV. The meaning is only the grades or marks awarded to this particular assignment will be downloaded when you go with the third option. Okay, when you go with the first 2 options, what happens is whatever grade or whatever assignment you have given and evaluated through online, that also will be included into the Excel sheet. Okay, so now I am clicking on download these grade as CSV. What happens will be, yes, a CSV file will be downloaded. From that file I can copy it and paste it and send to the internal exam coordinator. Right, now the CSV file is downloaded, so I am opening it. Right, once you release the grade, what happens will be this turned in and assigned will be 0 and graded will be converted as 28. If any one student's answer paper is left out without evaluation, then that will be in this turned in area. Okay, that we can easily find out by clicking on that particular number. Right, now let us see our grade statement. So it is getting downloaded. So what will be downloaded is only the grades or marks that are assigned for this particular assignment or question paper alone will be downloaded. Now you see this, the grade statements are downloaded, so we can expand these columns and we can check the marks scored by the students. Okay, here I have 52 students in my class, but I have conducted exam for only 28 students. So the statements will be generated, or the marks will be awarded only to the students who have attended my examination. Okay, right, so what I can do is I can apply a filter for this, and I can filter only the columns where it has values. Okay, now you see the student name, his mail ID, and the marks scored by him, whether the assignment has been returned to the student or not, that status will be displayed here. If you have given any private comments to the students, then that will be displayed here. Okay, now it will be very easy for you to submit a report to the exam coordinator. Right, you need not worry about noting down in paper, adding it, and posting it to your data format. Okay, so this way you can save much of your time in evaluating your answer papers. Okay, thank you all.